champion. We talked about this earlier tonight, Corey. You believe no disqualification will firmly favor Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar defeated one of the greatest MMA stars of all time in the octagon. He defeated one of the biggest sports entertainment stars of all time, Triple H, inside a steel cage. So yeah, I believe no holds barred favors the beast.
Heyman staring intently at his moneymaker. Remember, Heyman tossed Punk to the curb when CM Punk told him, "I don't want you in my business, but I want to remain friends." As soon as Punk couldn't make Heyman money, Heyman said, "See you, bye."
Well, that's just business.
Well, to Punk, it was personal. Gentlemen, it is time.
Yeah, but whose time is it, Wade?
Well, we're about to find out, because this is one of the most highly anticipated matches that I can remember in the history of WWE.
This is one of those matches, guys, where you're just proud to be here to watch it.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
It's the best versus the beast. CM Punk taking on Brock Lesnar. This is a matchup fueled by passion, ego, jealousy, and betrayal.
It all started with Paul Heyman's backstabbing betrayal of Punk to align himself with Brock Lesnar. Now Punk wants vengeance. He wants justice to prove CM Punk is still the best in the world, even without Heyman by his side.
But without him, Heyman says Punk is nothing, that he leveled up by moving on to Brock Lesnar. Heyman and Lesnar are on to bigger and better things after putting this CM Punk business to rest here at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman said recently that Brock Lesnar is currently in the best fighting shape of his life. And guys, that's a very frightening thought.
Consider everything Brock has been able to accomplish before now, before being at his best. The fastest rise in WWE history, the biggest title in all of MMA. CM Punk has to face that down tonight. If the best in the world can take down the beast incarnate, Punk will have definitely earned the moniker.
Brock must be phased after this string of action.
At the moment, Brock has no answer for Punk's raw determination.
Something CM Punk must do tonight is bring the ferocity. Brock Lesnar is a vicious, unfeeling competitor. Punk has to be the same.
Well, the emotions involved in this match will help with that. You can tell this is a more intense CM Punk. Punk is more focused and vindictive than we've seen before. Taking the steel steps right into them. Disgusting.
Brock getting out of harm's way.
During his famous pipe bomb speech, CM Punk famously declared himself a Paul Heyman guy. Then he made that a reality the next year when the two men joined forces. But the whole time, he has not been the Paul Heyman guy. That accolade has belonged to Brock Lesnar, who has been allied with Paul Heyman since he returned to WWE a year ago.
Indeed, we have seen Heyman diversifying his interests. He's introduced more clients lately, even bringing them to championship glory.
Flying through the air and connects.
There was no sense in that. It was all adrenaline.
He is looking to do some serious harm.
He's locking in the target. Just a matter of time.
He's got from the top.
All the way to the outside.
A true sight to behold, only made better by that picture-perfect landing.
Something to note tonight, Brock Lesnar is dominant but beatable. He lost his return match after a decade away to John Cena. He lost to Triple H at WrestleMania earlier this year.
Well, not to disparage the game, but Triple H only won 1 of 3 matches against Brock over the last year. And as for Cena, you can bet that Lesnar is laser focused on getting revenge sooner rather than later.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Somehow Punk has Brock Lesnar on the back foot here. Good Lord, brutally swinging that steel chair.
Oh, what an axe handle.
Devastating elbow strike.
Beautiful. Right under the chair.
Absolutely impaled on that chair. I can't imagine they're okay after that.
Down across the neck.
Absolutely blasted there. Quick escape from danger there.
Using the chair with no caution at all.
Bang!
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal.
Stalking from above.
From the top. Diving double axe handle. And Lesnar can't stop any offense coming his way.
Yeah, Punk's wearing down Lesnar with intense precision here.
Crossbody from the top. Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact.
Oh, what an axe handle.
Shoulder into the midsection and a ping. Well. And he's seemingly determined to inflict even more punishment on his opponent. He might...
Trying on bar. And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why. No, he goes low. You're not cheating, you're not trying.
Oh, man.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
And remember, guys, this is a no disqualification match. Punk looking to put it away with a GTS to Lesnar. Lesnar's down. Cover by Punk. And Heyman now gets involved. Remember, no disqualification.
Well, Heyman's already betrayed Punk once recently. Now he does it again, breaking up a sure victory for CM Punk. And now Punk has lost the plot.
Heyman looks like he's about to soil himself. It's about self-preservation for Heyman.
Self-preservation is easy when you have the Beast incarnate backing you up.
What for the F5, but what a counter by Punk into a DDT. Cover now for the win over Lesnar and a kick out.
A late kick out, and Paul Heyman can't believe it, but now straight into the Anaconda Vice grip.
Punk squeezing with all of his might, trying to put down the Beast. And Heyman again.
Well, just when it looked like a tap-out was imminent from Brock Lesnar, Heyman involved in proceedings and gets peppered with a from CM Punk.
And Punk now finally taking his frustrations out on Heyman with the Anaconda Vice in front of the chair.
Paul Heyman paying dividends right there for Brock Lesnar. The distraction enough to give the Beast the impetus to take control once again with that chair.
Not done yet.
Lesnar won't be done until Punk is completely destroyed.
And it looks like that moment is imminent, Corey.
Punk up on Lesnar's shoulders. Brock Lesnar marching around the ring. Oh, it delivers an F5 out of the chair. This is just the worst position Punk can be in.
Well, it just goes to show you never turn your back on the beast incarnate.
Heyman once again proving his value, making an ultimate sacrifice for his client.
Oh, he cuts it off. Oh, not quite what Brock intended.
Oh, what an axe handle. I wasn't sure Punk could keep up with Lesnar's hits, but here we are.
Two aggressive stars, so well matched, not in terms of physicality, but mentality. Oh my gosh!
Lesnar's vulnerable, and Punk knows it.
CM Punk looking dominant here. Oh my, here we go!
Go to sleep.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
And this could be it.
There's two. No, he beats the count.
What on earth do you have to do to keep Lesnar down?
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had, but just couldn't get the pin. The Beast now is being contained.
I doubt there's any panic seeping into Brock's mind.
Got them off their feet here.
Someone call a dentist.
This could be it. He could win it all here. Still only got one.
Deep into this one and not even getting a 2 count. And he manages to escape just in the nick of time. CM Punk now connects with a Uranagi and textbook.
And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Brock staggering, can barely find his feet.
Oh, this should be it. Punk with his opponent up.
GTS!
That could be curtains for Brock.
Looking to put this one away.
Brock's done. CM Punk overcame the Beast, and Paul Heyman schemes.
The winner of this match, CM Punk!
What a moment for CM Punk, proving the doubters, proving Paul Heyman wrong. On his own, with no one backing him up, CM Punk is still the best in the world.
Not even a beast can stand in his way. Defeating Lesnar, showing up Heyman. This is the ultimate moment of vindication for CM Punk. Enjoy it, Punk.
When I returned to WWE, I knew not everyone was going to be thrilled. Drew McIntyre made it clear to everyone watching that he was one of those people with an axe to grind. I don't know, maybe it's jealousy that I could be gone for over a decade and still have fans talking about me while he was on top. But then at the 2024 Royal Rumble, Drew nearly took it all away when his future shock DDT tore my tricep. So instead of competing at WrestleMania, I had to sit and watch. But I still managed to get involved.
Punk just dropped McIntyre on the table.
Then again at Clash in the Castle.
Oh my God! The balls of CM Punk!
Then again at Money in the Bank, ruining Drew's cash-in.
Punk with the title to the face of McIntyre!
Good times. But I was finally cleared to return to action shortly after, and now we could finally settle things in the ring. SummerSlam saw him victorious after some truly atrocious officiating from Seth Rollins, but I get my payback at Bash in Berlin when I beat him in a grueling strap match. That put the series at 1-1, with both of us looking to attack the other whenever possible. Now this chaos led to one feasible outcome. It was time for us to go to hell in a cell. Beating Drew at Hell in a Cell was brutal, exhausting, and probably took years off of my life. But getting my arm raised was all worth it. Let's go back to that night. Bad Blood 2024. Get Drew in the cell, and let's show him that you can say whatever you want to about me, but when you bring a man's dog into things, that's a line you do not cross.
Drew McIntyre steps inside hell for the third time in his career.
From Air Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come so far from that day.
It has been a complete transformation since those days. This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath more than CM Punk.
Corey, CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier this is not going to... This is the final match in what has already been a brutal series between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is the 53rd match in history being settled inside this 20-foot-high steel structure.
This is the only place it could have ended between these two. Drew has vowed to destroy the man who taught him how to hate. Punk knows in order to destroy the monster, he has to become a monster.
It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business. And CM Punk had no business being back in WWE. The company had buried for a decade. And that has driven us to tonight, in the final match in this trilogy between Punk and McIntyre.
Hooked him up.
And a suplex.
Oh, what an axe handle.
Emotions running high, and this is the pain Punk promised to deliver onto McIntyre.
Wow, and now McIntyre is wearing a crimson mask. Perched up top.
A diving knee drop. McIntyre must be getting phased by this attack.
Punk's finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling.
A chance to win it here. Punk powers out, still going strong.
A defiant kick out before the 1 count.
And an inverted atomic drop.
Has him wrangled.
Pile driver.
Spiked him. You hit a move like that, you're not just trying to win, you're trying to keep your opponent down indefinitely.
Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi commits. And now...
And he decides to let his opponent out of the hose.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of his submission. Go. This is not wholly unfamiliar territory, psychologically speaking, for CM Punk. If you look back to Punk's career, once upon a time, he admitted
CM Punk completely dominant, and this will end things. Good night, GTS. No way Drew's getting up now.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saints, and he's paying for it now.
He's able to reverse it. McIntyre reversing the momentum.
Brief sign of adrenaline control.
Just look. Here's the cover. Does he have him? Still in it with a quick kick out.
I don't know who's more shocked he just kicked out. The fans, us announcers, or his opponent. Grabs the waistlock, but battling out now.
Strong counter from Punk. Had it scouted. Now can capitalize.
wicked roundhouse kick.
The leg absorbing the worst of that.
Time to go for a ride. Exploder suplex.
Just looking to wrench that arm now. Good old-fashioned, tied up in knots, but punches coming back the other way.
Ooh, and a shot to the body and another. Boom, pulling out the enziguri to stop.
Hold on. Here he goes. Punk.
CM Punk looking to end it.
Not sure what he's thinking. Letting go here.
Punk now calling for the end here. This could be it for Drew. Focusing their attack on the arm.
Ooh, nothing pretty. Punch to the mouth.
Gets lifted into position. A gorilla press right here on the side of the cell.
Punk and McIntyre might be setting a whole new standard of brutality in this business.
Fighting like there is no tomorrow because for one of these men, there might not be.
Able to capitalize on McIntyre's mistake. And he's just demolishing the cell now.
No way to brace for impact there. Just have to hope for a safe landing. But the cell wall ended up broken in that moment.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Jumping neck breaker. Ouch. Oh, look at this. Neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
Taking steps toward the top rope.
Wants to finish this.
From way up, double axe handle connects.
Eyes are squarely set on Drew here. CM Punk now looking to finish the job here with a go-to sleep.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
Moving out from the ring closer to those towering walls of the cell.
There is absolutely no reason to bring a sledgehammer into this match. He's faltering, slowly getting up. McIntyre a step ahead there.
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so be it, because I have to end Drew McIntyre.
Well, that just speaks volumes to how deeply under the skin of CM Punk McIntyre managed to get.
We all knew this wasn't going to be a five-star wrestling classic.
An incredible match. Can't call it a fight. This has been an out-and-out brawl.
Looking like John Henry swinging the hammer like that.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury.
Oh, a sledgehammer to the midsection will knock the wind out of you. Bang!
And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that today because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out if Drew McIntyre can do what Punk claimed. Did McIntyre summon the devil himself, or has Drew been successful in clouding Punk's headspace? Is Punk's psyche all over the place because he's clouded by rage? And a lariat takes them down.
And McIntyre on the receiving end again.
Yeah, Punk able to completely new.
Roll up here. Quick count out after one.
And clearly, truly taking the concept of fight forever to heart.
Connects on the Northern Lights. And let's not forget the obsession Drew McIntyre had with Punk and what Punk has cost McIntyre on a number of occasions. That being the World Championship, including at WrestleMania.
An eye for an eye, Punk would say. Just karma for McIntyre, who injured Punk, costing him an opportunity at WrestleMania.
Drew's own wife has become second best in his heart. That is how deep Drew's hatred for CM Punk runs.
Oh, what an axe handle.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
Got this, and he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here.
Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it.
He makes the choice to abandon the hold.
Big impact off the neck breaker.
Now to the ring, to the confines of the chain link enclosure.
Retrieving a wrench from underneath the ring.
Reversal. And that turns things around. Neck breaker.
Intense look in the eyes as he calculates his next strike.
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
And remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective, and all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
Were the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away.
No! McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh, God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth freaking Rollins as motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal.
The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
Ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in a car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back. And that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, that really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
From the top! You gotta be kidding me!
You gotta be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense, but I can't say it didn't pay off.
If you're Seth Rollins, you gotta try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand. And that... It's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's going to take it. Rollins simply cannot, under any circumstances, take the bait in this match. He knows the clock is ticking. Time to stop messing around in the crowd.
And he's going to the outside, which will start a countout. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return in Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
Neckbreaker after the float over. That was pretty. Seth Rollins just getting dismantled.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here.
Rollins known to be irritating. We're seeing no different now. Connects. Saw it coming. Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification. Using that barricade with great effect.
And he gets set back into the ring.
What an axe handle. Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole the bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off. It could give him the mental advantage tonight.
Perched up top.
And completely missed the mark.
Taking flight only to find nobody home at ringside. What a disastrous miscalculation.
Crashing into the barricade with such force.
Driven into the barricade. Look out.
Whoa, look out. No matter who you are, when you crashed on the floor, a searing pain races through your body.
WWE Universe, look out.
Things are getting very chaotic.
What's CM Punk thinking?
Oh, God. The WWE Universe is going absolutely wild as these two battle it out in the arena seats.
Oof, using the sharp point of the elbow.
And Punk gets countered there.
Counters on top of counters, and these opponents are at an impasse.
Neckbreaker. CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed. But Wade, you're an athlete. Never divulge the extent. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins. Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk returned, when hell froze over. These emotions have been building up inside Seth Rollins for the last 14 months.
Seth Rollins says he's fighting for this company, says he couldn't believe that CM Punk verbally tried to tear this place down over the 10 years that he was gone, only to be embraced the way he was when he returned.
Tonight, Rollins intends on extracting this demon from his soul and WWE altogether. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I don't have my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
CM Punk has been very public about the many injuries that Rollins has suffered over the years. He'll no doubt be looking to target those areas tonight.
Rollins' neck, his lower back, that surgically repaired knee. Well, you can even see the brace. There's no doubt that Rollins is something of a moving target tonight, at least in Punk's eyes. But Rollins can target Punk too. Don't forget about that triceps injury from last year, because Rollins definitely has it.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
Oh, what an axe handle. Fighting among the masses. Rollins finding himself in deep trouble here against Punk. No chorus can help this man now.
Big reversal by Rollins. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count.
Struggling to get back on his feet, looking lost out there.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
From the top, all the way to the outside. Putting it all on the line and coming up big with a breathtaking move. Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others.
Looking to end this. The schoolboy. He gets sent straight down to the floor.
Seth Rollins trying to fire himself up. And he chooses to leave the ring.
And he's going to the top.
From the top. Oh, took it high risk, but was off the mark. Oh, what an axe handle.
And CM Punk is in control.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
Launched right out of the ring. Rollins out of the ring once more.
Super kick!
Axe handle finds the mark. That is a nasty tear on the face of Rollins now, guys.
Tossed into the crowd.
Heading right out in the crowd for whatever reason. Great wherewithal to dodge there.
CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed. But Wade, you're an athlete. Never divulge the extent of...
Going blow for blow, each one getting stiffer.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Oh, this exchange is whipping this capacity crowd into a frenzy. This has turned into a violent game of chicken. Who's going to step off the gas first?
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Just emptying everything that...
No more holding back. Going all out now.
Gets the final word in this exchange.
Out of the ring goes Seth.
High rent district for CM Punk.
Stalking from above. Up high.
You gotta be kidding me.
Betting it all on a daring leap from the top.
And it paid off for the moment. Now it's time to capitalize. And he heads back into the ring.
And Punk is looking to the crowd for some support.
Rollins lining up.
Misses the target. Beautiful. Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
And CM Punk.
And Seth, this one's for the match. Quick shoulder up.
You cannot be serious. How? How on earth was that not even a 1 count at this point?
Oh, a clothesline. What impact. Boom. Oh, he timed that counter well. German suplex. Going up to the turnbuckle here. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
I
just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness! Collar! Isn't it up? And a kick out!
Well, catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp and coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out.
Opponent doubled over. This doesn't look good.
With a stomp.
Will that close Punk out?
And going for the pin. Powers out. Still going strong.
Look at the look on his opponent's face, Cole. He can't believe it.
And Rollins not handling this well. That was it. For all he knew. But it wasn't. CM Punk looking to put his opponent in.
And able to skirt around that attack. Seth dodges that attack.
There's the sling blade. Got the cover.
Is it enough to close this out?
He's changing his mind. Going for something different now.
Ooh. CM Punk, a familiar look on his face. Seth Rollins.
CM Punk now looking to finish the job here with a GTS. Is it the finishing touch Punk needs? Spinning roundhouse kick.
Punk with his eyes on Rollins, looking to end this thing.
CM Punk now powers up his opponent.
Inverted DDT, what a reversal.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, the second city saint, the voice of the voiceless, the ever controversial.
Watch out! Oh, what a splash! Stomping down! Punk never saw that coming. Bang! Crucial counter there. Caught with the elbow. And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
Heavy work being done to Rollins right now.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk. These two men, two absolute titans in this industry. Similar in so many ways. They're both putting a blast on. Oh, flattening the opposition.
Oh, the elbow connects.
Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
Punk knows what he needs to end this. CM Punk looking to put his opponent away on his shoulders.
GTS. That could end Rollins right now.
And the cover. And he's still in the game.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
CM Punk thought that was enough. We thought that was enough, but somehow
Soaring from the top with a splash.
turning it into a pin for the win. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the three.
His resiliency on another level. This match on another level. I am truly at a loss for words here.
Seth is being overwhelmed.
Punk is determined right now. And I think we all know he only has one thing in mind here.
He's headed to the top now.
From the top. Good Lord. Taking flight.
Like a heat-seeking missile right on target.
And just as destructive.
DDT.
Driving the
is looking absolutely powerless. CM Punk looking dominant here. Oh my, here we go. GTS. And at this point, that has to do it.
2. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event of the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never thought that night would end the way it did.
Oh, no!
Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh, my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
The visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins.
Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago up in California, the Bay Area? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
An iconic call for an iconic performance. Seth needs another one of those iconic moments this evening against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A 14th appearance in WrestleMania, the third time he's been in the main event.
Come to WrestleMania for the wrestling, but stay for the karaoke. We've got a bit of everything tonight here in Vegas.
The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
From Pensacola, Florida, weighing 165 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
For a record 10th time, Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only a handful of men in history with more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Three of those men are The Undertaker, John Cena, and the Game Triple H.
Pressure? What pressure? It's only the main event of WrestleMania. But this is a road Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
This man has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where Roman Reigns lives.
A lot of questions this week about who would carry the Ulafala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns come to the ring with the Ulafala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ulafala symbolizes the head of the family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of wrestling. Tens of thousands of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas.
The Anoa'i family dominance continuing here at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for pride and glory. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is in the main event of WrestleMania.
It has to be a surreal moment for CM Punk.
accompanied to the ring by WWE Hall of Famer, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins look thoroughly disgusted over the fact that Paul Heyman walked down to the ring with the Second City Saint. It is CM Punk's first WrestleMania match in 12 years. Remember, he missed last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps, and this year he goes into triple threat action with Reigns and Rollins, two men that he cannot stand. Triple threat rules. The first man to gain pinfall or submission will win this match. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. He's won championships, he's made friends, he's made enemies. Tonight is CM Punk's night. Tonight is CM Punk's main event.
The pressure has always been CM Punk's playground. The fire has always been burning, and his only addiction is wrestling. Each of these three men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman Reigns to prove his dominance, Seth Rollins to prove his superiority, and CM Punk to prove he's still the best in the world.
Punk has claimed that for him this is just business. Taking Reigns and Rollins out of WrestleMania will get them out of his way so he can accomplish the things he returned to WWE to do, to win titles.
But Reigns and Rollins are not your average roadblocks. They're two of the biggest names in WWE for a reason. And they're not about to let CM Punk just have his way.
CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager. Wanted to break into the business. He would get to the WWE, shoulders down, cover. And shoulders up before a count of one.
Barely even giving the referee time to count before kicking out.
Snap suplex.
Shoulder tackle to the body.
Boom! Backdrop suplex on a high angle right across the shoulders. It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents, and CM Punk's corner tonight, though. The question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
Down with force. He gets into the ring. And what's this manager looking for under the ring? He has no business down there. Impressive reversal on Rollins. And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former Shield mates.
Remember, in many ways, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship in the record reign.
But Punk would be quite happy if that obsession continues. It's clearly personal for Roman and Seth. But for Punk, tonight's the cover.
Is it in? Kick out right away by Punk. Still going. Amazing.
Roman Reigns finish things now. That spells doom for Rollins.
Two. Shoulder up before three.
Seth Rollins has never been known to lay down and hand out victories to anyone.
And after all that, Roman Reigns still hasn't ended this battle. And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldiers. When Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Except there's a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove.
And then Schoolboy catching their opponent by surprise.
He breaks the pin. Oh, look at this here, guys. Look at this. Powerbomb.
CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has.
Well, no matter the outcome, CM Punk will forever be a WrestleMania main eventer.
Seth losing any command of this match.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
He gets back into the ring. Beautiful neck breaker after the float over. That was pretty.
And Roman, for the first time in a long time, having no one in his corner. Gotta wonder if that is affecting him. Down with the suplex.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps, of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image and the man that opened the back door for them.
Oh, Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting up from this.
What an act handle.
What's he planning here? Suplex. Kick from behind. Ouch.
He's eyeing the 3 count here.
Turns the tables. Shoulders, something of a cocky decision. Him just stopping the pin like that.
Look out. Stop. Now Rollins needs to end this. Oh, brutal miscalculation. Big knee to the midsection.
And heading up top.
Stalking from above.
Calculating the next move here.
Big powerbomb.
Oh, that was a stiff shot with that kendo stick.
He's able to dodge Roman. Spear! That could be Punk's demise.
Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
He was prepared for this. He knew this match would go the distance.
Roman has been denied. This is not something we're used to seeing, and by the looks of things, sky high.
Oh, man, that's just not right. Oh, a boot to the back. Quick thinking right there.
Totally helpless at the moment. Powerbomb. Reigns checking under the ring now.
And he doesn't even need to swing that kendo stick that hard to inflict a ton of pain. Punk avoids the attack.
And now Reigns is starting to look like a man who realizes he is a tribal chief with no followers to come to his aid. Watch out. Wow, cross body. Oh, needed a jaw. DDT. Oh, God.
The wear and tear on Punk must be turning his insides out at this point.
Off the welts already forming from that kendo shot. Roman's shoulders are down. Intercepts the pin attempt. Neckbreaker.
Rollins now. Revolution knee.
Closed fist connects. Look at this crowd.
It's insanity in here. Bedlam.
And that was a precisely measured attack.
He saw that one coming.
Up and...
Oh, knee right to the spine.
Roman just mocking his opponent now.
And here we go, returning to the ring.
Oh, kendo stick wrapped around the head. Jeez, that's going to leave a mark. This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object.
Come on, this has gone way too far. Just stop this already.
Punk pepper his opponent with attacks. Uranagi.
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. Ooh. Beautiful. Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Seth is certainly being tested here.
Superman punch from Reigns.
Single leg drop kick caught him.
Painful attack focused on the chest. Up and...
Oh, knee right to the spine. Dangerous knee on the button. Spin kick to the midsection.
Reigns with a schoolboy. Muscles his opponent up with a powerbomb.
Seth...
Roman with his opponent down. We know what he's aiming for here.
Got caught in the jaw with the knee.
Ooh, shot kick.
And Seth, this one's for the match.
Seth Rollins is your winner. The architect drew up Reigns and Punk's defeat perfectly.
Like it or not, agree with his tactics or not, Seth Rollins is your winner.
Subterfuge, politics, ambushes, all tactics that Seth Rollins has employed many times in his career. Tonight was no different. The visionary had it all planned out from the very start.
Each of these three men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman Reigns to prove his dominance.
Double takedown. Gonna stack them up here.
Flip breaks his own pin for reasons unknown to us.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. And CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
WrestleMania main event, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk in a triple threat match with nothing but pride on the line. Each man came here to win and win at all costs. Does having Paul Heyman back in his corner, even the scales here for CM Punk. Just having the wise man strategies and support give him the edge over Rollins and Reigns.
Sure, if you trust Paul Heyman to have your best interests in mind, then yes, he is a huge asset in this kind of match. But remember, Heyman is doing this as a favor for Punk. As far as
Take off. Wow, cross body. The shoulders are down. Kick out at one.
there's plenty of fight left in him. Quick thinking and quick rollout there. Wants to regroup and recover.
And he comes in under the ropes now. Knew what Roman had coming.
CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has.
Well, no matter the outcome, CM Punk will forever be a WrestleMania main eventer. Oh! From the outside, springboard swanton!
Directly into the pin attempt.
He forces a break before the count of two.
It's not over yet. Plenty left to go in this one.
Oh!
And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
Oh, and a neck breaker.
Seth Rollins just goading his opponent.
Oh, he saw it coming. And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former Shield mates.
Remember, in many ways, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship in the record reign.
And Punk would be quite happy if that obsession continues. It's clearly personal for Roman and Seth, but for Punk, tonight's just about business.
This is just turning into a savage display of violence. Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this.
What's he being put in?
Hoisted up, powerbomb, desperate situation.
Fighting out. Hammering away with punches to the face. And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Come on, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't some selfless act by Punk, and both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
Well, Punk is claiming that he was the man to bring them both into the business, and he can't wait to be the man to take them both out.
And a suplex. Oh, look at this. Neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
He'll make his way to the ring.
CM Punk looking to show off his power game now. And backbreaker.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
Ooh, that's going to echo in your ear for a bit.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego.
And a quick schoolboy.
He breaks the ref's count before two.
He may be down, but somehow he's definitely not out at this point.
Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here?
Seth Rollins has found his favorite equalizer, a steel chair.
What a reversal. And now Reigns is starting to look like a man who realizes he is a tribal chief with no followers to come to his aid. Neckbreaker. Landed with a neckbreaker. DDT plants them. Taking things to the top rope.
From above.
He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath. Lift off.
What an axe handle.
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there.
And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here. And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stop. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
Oh, Heyman went for a low blow, but caught by CM Punk.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again.
That pathetic Paul Heyman. He's a damn Judas. How many people is he going to betray?
You're missing the point, Cole. The visionary Seth freaking Rollins has once again pulled the ace out of his sleeve in Las Vegas.
Into the ring again now.
Staggering to his feet. He barely even knows where he is right now.
We've already seen a few blows.
Ooh, into the chair.
There's no way that didn't do some permanent damage, guys. Punk with his eyes on Rollins, looking to end this thing.
Oh, this should be it. Punk with his opponent up.
GTS. Seth has got to dig deep now.
Fisherman suplex.
Oh, my word. That was...
They might be able to put this one away right here. Kick out.
He may not have too much left, but at least he had enough to kick out there.
Lariat.
This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove their superiority.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Reigns getting carved and dissected. And just chucking Reigns out of the ring.
Float over neckbreaker. Picture perfect.
CM Punk completely dominant. And this will end things. Good night, GTS. Is it enough for Punk?
2. Punk has beaten the odds. Has defeated both Reigns and Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
A moment of pure vindication here for CM Punk.
This was a lifetime in the making, and it couldn't have been any harder earned. Punk had to get through Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to finally taste a main event victory here at WrestleMania.
But now he's done it. The Second City Saint is victorious at the Showcase of the Immortals.